Hey, welcome to BoneDry. I'm Joel. I started off this video with a little pine kind of replant. It's really not a repot. Those, what I thought were bishop pines. You search the internet and you got 5 needle, you got 2 needle, you got long needle, short needle. These things are like 7 inches long. I don't know what they are. But unfortunately, 3 of them died. I do know, I may not know what they are, but I do know that you can't collect a pine in November. Not a good time. And so, anyway, I'm gonna take 2 out of this big monster pot today and try and salvage those. And I couldn't resist another nursery stock tree, you know? She's got to go to Green Acres every weekend, and $10.50. So, I don't know, maybe it looks like a $10.50 tree. Give it 10 years. And yeah, if I keep it alive, look out. I don't know, like that, or maybe getting funky with that branch. So yeah, Mugo Pine, BoneDry Bonsai. Check it out. These are a couple of the little pines that were collected down on the coast. And I put them together. I called it a bishop pine. And I don't know if it's a bishop pine. And since I did it, I found out that I shouldn't have done it like I did. I collected these basically right when they should have been storing all their energy in their vascular tissue. And so that really was not the right time to do what I did, which I'm sorry about. But so the other 3 died. This one doesn't look good. It had a tip here where it had looked like it was gonna grow, and then that died. And then I just noticed, bringing it over here, that this branch is just rotted, like on the inside, hollow, right here at the tip. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that hollow there. And so I thought, well, this one's history, but I'm gonna go ahead, and I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I need to get these out of all this soil. It's way too much soil for them. I have hopes for this little one just because it's still got a nice green living tip there. Just looking for roots. I want to leave it as intact as I can. I don't want to mess with the roots at all, if I can find any. I really do just want to get a ball if I can and keep it intact. It's already breaking apart on me. Yeah, it's coming apart. And I got pretty much nothing there. Yeah, with all the mistakes I've made on these, I don't see this living, unfortunately. hopefully that will make it. So I just kind of started the exploration on this little Mugo Pine. And the top of the container probably came up to about here. Pinus Mugo, this one really is a Mugo Pine. Not like the one I thought was a Mugo Pine. It turns out to be probably a blue Atlas cedar. But I started taking away some of this soil because I wasn't sure if I wanted to even mess with these roots. I mean, I do. I want to put it in a nice little pot. But at the same time, I don't want to be real detrimental to the tree. We're past the middle of March now. And we don't have hot weather coming up, but we're going to warm up pretty quick. I know that all the strength in pines is in the roots. But I think if I'm gentle with it, I can probably get it into a pot okay. And the reason why I decided that I think I am going to do that now is just because of the way these roots wrap around. I don't know if this tree just got hammered into a pot by somebody and, you know, a bunch of soil stuffed over the top of it. This was one of among 50 little pines that I saw while I was at the nursery. And I know they're in production, and they could probably be pretty rough with them. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plan on putting this in a pot. I'm gonna be thinking about the style of it, but I'm not gonna be focused on it because it's not the time to style it now anyway. I'm just gonna kind of tease on down, trying to be gentle. I got a few white tips on these, so it looks like they're growing. I think that's an indication that they're growing anew. And I'm counting on the needle mass of this tree. So if I am late in doing this, which I am late, I think pines are typically supposed to be done in January, February. But I'm counting on the needle mass of this tree because I do intend to leave as much of the needle mass intact as I can control myself. I'm hoping that that'll be enough to keep the tree healthy and regenerate roots. I'm not going to bare root. I think I'll give it the better chance if I leave as much intact as I can, and I'll worry about the rest of the soil on another repot if the tree makes it. And I'll get a couple years down the road, and maybe I'll get some branches set in place, hopefully. So you saw it was a $10.50 nursery tree. And I don't mean to be cavalier about the way I treat this nursery stock or anything, but you know, it's a good chance for anybody to try this. I would encourage you to try this. Just give it a try. You get these little spurts where there's stuff to do and there's a little bit of work to be done. But really, the time commitment's not crazy. It just needs to be scheduled. I want to free this up so I could see what this looks like down closer to the base of what I think is the base of this trunk. picked this tree because of these branches kind of going every which way. I think it's going to lend itself to some wire and getting a little twisted. So it feels loose. It feels really loose here. So it looks like this root was actually starting to bite in here across the base of this. Getting drawn to that. That's the one I like, though. This is a flaw. These branches can't be left to grow right here because they'll cause this to swell. And I think eventually this is the one that's going to come off because the angle's more obtuse. And I like this more acute angle right here. I just want to work this down a little farther here. I'm going to really rely on this needle mass to help with this root system over the summer and into the fall. So I bought this pot, $4 I think, $4.50. I drilled these holes for tie wires because I want to stabilize this tree. It's pretty top heavy. And it doesn't have any feet. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's 1.5 aluminum wire. It's just kind of what I've got that I think is the right size. So somehow I'm going to use this configuration to secure that tree. So I just want to get these edges kind of bulk filled in here. this. Oh no. Oh, it's a failure. Wow. So I barely salvaged that. I don't know if I salvaged it or not. I think I may have done more root damage than I wanted to, for sure. I guess that's a good lesson as to why not to use aluminum for a tie down. So I kind of, I kind of am picturing this dropping down, this coming around, and this going away. And you know, I'd be doing this stuff at the appropriate time. Now is not the appropriate time. But that does mean that since I'm pretty sure I've decided on keeping, that this will be the branch that I keep, because I can get more drop to this also later if I want it. So I just want to clean this up a little bit. I mean, you know, if I've got dead stuff like that, that can come off. I don't think that'll end up being a gin. I mean, I could try and gin something here later. I don't know. That's a possibility. There's interior stuff in here that I don't have a lot of hope for. I see coming down. Then I see going down. This whole thing I see going down. Well, I'm looking and looking and looking at this tree, and I keep changing my mind now on what should be the front, the back, the angle, the defining branch. I was thinking that I wanted to get some of the growth out of the tree that would give some of the branches that I do want to keep, that I thought I wanted to keep, some more light and space and air, but I keep second guessing what I want to keep. I thought I was in love with this branch, but the more I look at it, the more I'm in love with this branch. I think I've got to keep this as my apical region eventually. I'm going to leave it like it is and try and take advantage of everything that's there. I do think these probably will suffer. I know I'll be able to work on this more late summer, but only if I feel like the tree's growing well. So I'm just gonna watch the tree for now and see how it responds to what I've done. So I guess after that root job, probably the prudent thing to do. So I'm going to try and exercise patience and let this Mugo Pine take advantage of some of our nice weather. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.